Hi YouTube. We're playing more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy today. We're on the last game, or the third game, Trials and Tribulations. We're currently doing a case where a man who is a programmer, one of my brethren, was murdered. He drank a poisoned cup of coffee at a cafe, and the waitress saw him sitting down at the table with a man, but nobody else saw the man. Nobody else saw the man, and she was like, oh, it had to be that guy, but everyone else that was there was like, there was no man. There was no man. There was no man. So we're trying to figure out what happened. My current theory that I've had since the day we started this trial, the programmer was wearing this like eyepiece over his eye that he had made. Everyone else in the restaurant was not wearing glasses except for the waitress. So I think that this guy programmed an eyepiece that has like holograms. So I think he was like on a call with someone, and nobody else could see it because they weren't wearing glasses, but the waitress could see it because she was wearing glasses. So that's my theory right now. Also, someone was impersonating Phoenix Wright. I still don't know why that was happening, but here we are. So we're on a trial now. This is exciting. What's up, Missy? I hope you're vibing. It's been ages since I've jumped into a Phoenix Wright stream. Blowout? Blowout? Dude, I've been helping Dan. My friend Domestic Dan, who's also a streamer, had a baby a few months ago. I've been helping him with his baby. I went over there last night till like midnight-ish, 11. I will never hear that word the same way. Ever. Because now when I hear blowout, I only hear the parent version, which is a baby shits so hard, it leaks out of their clothes. I'm never gonna hear it the same way. My friend's baby shit up his back. It's foul, dude. It's foul. Dan was trying to teach me how to change a diaper just in case there was like an emergency and they needed me to come over. I gagged twice. I couldn't look. I wasn't built for changing diapers. It's just not what it's not in my DNA. Okay. And for him, it was normal, but I was like, and I was like, so that must be a blowout, right? And he was like, that was a normal poop. It wasn't even a blowout. I was not born to take, I was not born to take care of babies. I can't do it. It's Maggie. Her name is Maggie, but it's spelled M-A-G-G-E-Y, so we've been calling her Maggie. Good morning, Miss Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination. I believe you. Maggie. Gay might be a tad loud, thank you. I'll turn her down a little bit. I had it at full blast. I usually have it at 50, sorry. Sorry, my bad. Thank you for letting me know. Is this better? Is this okay? I never had to change my nephew's diaper, but I used to have to distract him because he was born difficult. So relatable. I understand that completely. Good here, sounds good. Okay, it's nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Totally forgot to say, if you like goofy, fun people, please go follow Cat Scratch. I love her so much. She's one of those streamers that plays just about anything, and she's so funny and has one of the most like contagious laughs I've ever heard. Sorry, went on a yapping tangent, forgot to say that. Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. That's my husband. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How do you know she was stressed? Thank you, Saris! 7 months and I still have no clue what's going on. Thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Our husband. I was watching through the doorway. Oh, you look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help. Is that one of those scent things from the restaurant? Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, it doesn't look like those aromatherapy bottles. This is the small bottle that turned up in Tribulations' kitchen a couple days ago. His nail polish. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. We finally got the analysis results back from the lab. Is it poison? Is it poison? So, what is it? Is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. Oh, medication? Yeah, for ears. Glenn Elg needed ear medication because his ear was hurt. For ears, topical use only, apparently. For ears, you mean? Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Victim's ear medicine found covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. What is his hemorrhoid cream? Not the hemorrhoids again. Was it, Chad, can you remind me? It was his left ear that was ruptured, right? Or was it the right? I can't, do we even know? I think, can't remember. Yeah, me neither. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Yes, I don't know. Yes, doesn't matter. I mean, anytime Phoenix Wright specifies left or right for something, it always ends up mattering. I don't remember. Left, yes. Same with the earpiece and glasses. Okay, got it. Thank you. Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but it's gonna weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. My name isn't Phoenix Wright. We sure are. I also think you can die from ingesting ear medication. Cool. So listen, you know how this case started on January 6th? And you know how Pearl wasn't around on January 6th? She also wasn't around on January 7th or January 8th. I think Pearl is in jail for storming the Capitol. I haven't heard anything from her. I think she's in prison. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Coffee King. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday, we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. That's for sure. That one girl, Viola, whatever her name was, that's her, for sure. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Do you see what I mean? This always comes back at some point. They always fight over left and right. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Huh. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. I love when his theme plays. I love when his theme plays. That like slow jazz. You like jazz? The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. He read that on Facebook for sure. He read that on one of those grind set Facebook pages, and he was like, that's so true. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. It's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles. Oh, you know the answers to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. You like jazz? He only read LinkedIn posts. You'll never guess what my 6-month-old baby said to me today. She said, "Mummy, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism." And today I'll prove it. Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. I love this man. Love this man so much. I hope y'all are ready for the French accent. It's about to come out in full force. And you are? Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté. Enchanté. Trigger warning, French. Oh, merde. Bah ouais. Mais non. Mais non. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? This game came out in 2003. Keep forgetting to say that. It is a little bit of product of its time. This game came out in 2003, okay? Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la père and petit gentleman, no? On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? With you, monsieur? What were they doing in there? What were they doing? Oh, Doxa. Everything feels right. Hi, Blaze. How are you? Huh. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations. Oui, volontiers. What the fuck does that mean? French, volontiers. Oh, gladly. Volontiers. Ooh. Gay prosecutor just becoming a recurring theme, yeah. Hi, Blaze. At très bien. When it all happened, dude, I can't fucking read today. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. I'm gonna press him on that. Because people keep saying you can't see past the barriers. So if there were mirrors between la tables, you would be able to see what's going on in the other one because there's a mirror reflecting it. So I'm going to press him on that one. Oui, perhaps that is what la old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? La tables. Mirror? Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. I love him. I'm sorry. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. Hold on. Don't we have a photo of the... le crime scene. There's no fucking mirror there. I guess you can't see. Okay. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. It always feels like kind of a formula that every first, like, testimony of the day, you just gotta press everything. Like, you can't ever, like, present anything. I just jinxed myself. I'm gonna have to present something. So it would be Victor and Glenn. And who were the two customers exactly? Me, of course. La young man who died. And la other not so young man. You are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume. What about the other man McGay says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. When in doubt, present the attorney back. Listen. I don't know what's going on with me today. I will be mispronouncing and misspeaking pretty much everything, the whole stream. Experimenting with some new Art Deco setting. Wasn't he in the kitchen? You were experimenting with Art Deco? How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did. Just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of... He just gets dumber and dumber in every single game. Are you referring to some sort of decoction? No, Art Deco. It's a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course. That deco. I was trying to achieve a more... la feminine look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la décor. Like having a large mirror. Yes. Oh no, Lemon, you're sick. No. And Dion's sick. Dude, the whole chat's sick. You guys are fucking sick, dude. Damn right, y'all are sick. Bro, y'all are so sick. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Something about 4 meters wide and, oui, about 2 meters high. Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard, holy glass in a frame, that's huge. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Does a kickflip? I'm sick nasty. Taking a sick day for being a freak in the head. The ceiling? Is there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. Mais non, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror? Yeah, dude, it's important. That was like the most important thing he said the whole time. Yeah. Plus out. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or McGay Bird's testimonies. But...
Objection!
You didn't ask, Wright. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? A mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Huh. If you want to doubt someone, Trite, look in the mirror. sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at.
Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Objection.
Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? What the fuck is he saying? What the hell's he saying? Objection! And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, Trite. Ah, not the hair. I do not have a top knot. Mr. Godot is correct. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Bien, logic is when la day. La couple, la earpiece, and la classes, he would have seen everything in reverse, no?
Oh, I forgot. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection? If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. But that just makes the situation worse for McGay. There's got to be something in that old man's testimony. We've got to dig deeper. I forgot to press. Why is Chris Angel prosecuting? Holy shit. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Everything? He would have seen everything in reverse?
Oui.
Hey, Nick, you should take a second and think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? That clears up all the problems with this testimony, I guess. Or does it? No, it doesn't, because he sipped from... Did he sip from... Wait, where's the coffee cup? Oh, no, he did sip from his right hand. Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but... Explain all the contradictions in his testimony. Let's go through it again. 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art. Large mirror between the tables. That's what the old man was looking at. The cup, the earpiece, and the glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse. I wonder if I can present that crime scene photo, because there's no... There's no mirror in it, but also it doesn't show everything, so I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, there's no mirror next to him, so how would he have seen it? Was that wrong? No, it was wrong. Damn it. What if I try it on the other statement? Because there's not... Oh, Jesus Christ. What have I done? Stop. Stop. Godot the kind of hoe to add cereal before milk. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to add the cereal first and then the milk. That's normal. Having a large mirror between the table. Let's try it here. No? But he said he didn't go through with it, so if he didn't go... Oh, wait, it was gonna be on the ceiling. But he said he wasn't gonna go through with it. Can I press this again? I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Because if he was experimenting and he didn't go through with it, then he wouldn't have seen it. You were experimenting with art deco? How come I never heard about that? Stay on topic. I did. I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling. Like having a large mirror. Where did he say he didn't go through with it? was intending to install it on the ceiling. Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Did I already do this? I already did this. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it, but there's nothing about a mirror in the testimonies. But
Objection!
I didn't ask. This doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribune, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. If you want to doubt someone, try to look in the mirror. I'm sure. What do I even do here? Why do I have Gumshoe's lunch? Hi, Ryan. Godot does put coffee in his cereal for sure. For sure. I can't get over the paper attorney's badge. It's so good. This is a weird one. I really thought the crime photo would have been it, because you can't see a mirror here. You would assume there'd be a mirror next to him, which is how they would have seen that it was in the other ear. So I'm just like, wait, where's the floor plans? I wonder if it's the floor plans. Wait, could he have put up a mirror if there's windows? Let's try the floor plan. That's what the old man was looking at. The cut the earpiece glasses would have seen everything in reverse. Let's try the floor plans. No. Okay. Where are the profiles? But it is on his left side. The earpiece, the glasses, he would have seen everything in reverse. I wonder if it's the medicine proving that it... Got this from the doctor before going to Tribune. Because the medicine was for his left ear, right? Victim's ear medicine found covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. Oh my god, dude, I don't know. I don't know. This feels like one of those things where I have to press the same statement multiple times to like get what I need to get, but I don't know what to press. Can you do me a favor? Oh no. Immediately reload if the music doesn't stop. Yeah. As soon as he says this evidence proves it, I'm like, I got it wrong. What is the favor, Lemon? What can I do for you? Peep over to Pro. That's kind of what I thought. I just looked at it and it is in his left thing. I guess it's this. She also has one in her left. On the left side of her face. Okay. Thank you. I needed a little... I think I needed a nudge in the right direction. I'm gonna try. You would have seen everything in reverse, no? First try! Oh my god, first try! The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order, order! Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye. How bitter. Right, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? You remember this, I presume? The I broke the vase sorry apology Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. The Python course from yesterday was less confusing. Say it again. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg? Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. Okay, so Victor Kudo was confused because old. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear his left ear? Huh. Well, Trite. Ugh, that's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old CD for a minute there. Kudo's good. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. So should we not ask him to come back and testify again? A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at la plans of la restaurant.
Is he going to say it's the window?
The mirror. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror, it was in the middle of la restaurant dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim. That was la seat at the table next to la victim. That was where la old man was sitting. Didn't he say he was sitting across from him? I'm like positive he said he was sitting here. Thank you for the posture check. I needed it. My watch hasn't been buzzing lately. I don't know why. After la terrible incident occurred, I moved la mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this. Don't worry about it. I'm like pretty sure he said he was sitting at that other table. I love that accent. Is it from New Zealand? Oh, I love the Kiwi accent. Accent's on point. Thank you, kid. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. Ugh, I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Volunteer, of course. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please. I feel like he said he was sitting across from it, didn't he? I need to look at the evidence again. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Oh, we didn't mark where he was sitting. Ugh. He couldn't have been sitting there because that vase is intact. Hey, he was not sitting there. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim. That was la seat is the table next to la victim. That was where la old man was sitting. That's fucking wrong.
But I don't know what to present here. I don't know what I'm supposed to present. I could present... Let's present the testimony where he said he broke the vase, and then they could be like, yeah, so what? And I could be like, he said he was sitting there. Oh. We're back, bitch. We're back. We're so back. Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony. This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony. Huh. I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does this scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence, the crime scene photo. Take that! This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? It's okay to stumble, as long as you always get back up. Fart, fart, toodle pip, said Godot. Godot said, let's go. Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Huh. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trey. I know I am, but what are you? Or I know you are, but what am I? Shit. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. Y'all don't look at anything, do you? Do I have to do everything for you? Oh my God. There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Objection. Choke on your coffee. Oh, don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. So he didn't fucking see it. Hey, Judge. Hey, Judge. The prosecutor just told me to kill myself. Can we hold it in contempt of something? Hey, man. Every prosecutor I've ever gone against has either physically abused me or threatened to kill me. Can we, like, do something? Can we, like, maybe put some rules in place? Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu!
Objection! Ooh la la! Mon Dieu!
Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Objection! Jesus Christ. Yeah, when I see a dead body, I'm like, let me clean up around here. The cops are on their way. I should clean up and make sure it's not so dirty around here. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror! Company's coming over. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? Jesus. Huh. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. You're gonna be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? I know when I'm being told to save the game. I can recognize that. There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what McGay told us? There was another man at the victim's table, and there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. I'm gonna say, my answer was gonna be they're being blackmailed by Tenderlender, because they both owed a debt to Tenderlender. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Tiger guy was like, hey, don't tell the truth on the stand or whatever. Definitely not the middle one. Victim was a phony. Yeah, I think it's this one. The first two are too easy. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet there's one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Oh no, stupid dads. Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Finally, the judge is standing up for himself. Right. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. See, I was not ever going to come to this conclusion. Literally ever. Oh my god! Yo, it's littlesiha from Breeb on Unhinged Comments fame! Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, every time her mods pin one of my unhinged comments, an angel gets its wings. This one is very goofy.
Objection!
Also, hi, it's good to see you, Fjorlin. Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was the serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she was the serving girl, right? I feel like he talks like Courage the Cowardly Dog, where he's like, I remember her well. It's so hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Magay Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Objection!
You insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? Yeah. A Courage reference in my littlesiha stream? That's for sure Violetta. Like, let's be so for real. Look at her hair. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Oh la la, this is the most difficult for me.
No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. Return the slab. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Ooh, oui. La victim, Monsieur Elg, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won la lottery, mon elf became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred.
Excuse me.
No, there was no time for a phony to do the acting.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
His little trembling lip. Yeah. Y'all need to hear me out with Glenn Egg. Oh no, I'm hearing y'all out. I'm hearing you out 100% about Glenn. Sir, what are you saying?
I'm sorry I lied. I was just really scared.
If there's one thing we know about Japanifornia, it's that perjury is not a crime. They just be doing that all the time. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Oh my God, he called it out for once. We're like 200 hours into the trilogy and he finally calls it out. I will decide how to punish you later. Armstrong's like, do you promise? Oui. Oui. For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please. He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. I think it has something to do with the 5 minutes. So, let's see. We have the thing for the radio, right? Millionaire Radio. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. And then where's his autopsy? Time of death was between 1:30 and 2. Oh, so that checks out technically. I guess we'll just press him for now. Left by victim. Doodle is in victim's handwriting. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna press for now. Was he alone at his table as well?
Mais oui, I saw him from la kitchen.
Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Objection. They just passed the law about perjury like 2 days ago in game. On January 6th? Unfortunately for you, Wright, yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. He said wine boom.
I remember the old man arrived not long after him.
By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
Oui, he comes often for my special coffee.
No, he doesn't. He comes to objectify women. And another thing, this institution. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. It doesn't sound good.
Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip and nothing more. So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur.
I believe you were told by a witness yesterday. Crime was reported at 2:25. 2:25. Something's not adding up because the Millionaire Radio happens at 1:30. 1:30. I knew it had something to do with the time. Hi, Ivory. Avery and Ivory. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness? Yep.
La incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10, no?
Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful.
I love when he does this pose. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? Can he add that? Oh, yes. Okay, cool. The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Oui, monsieur Judge. Everything I do it for you.
It's taking me out. I love Sean Armstrong. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. Okay, perfect. Old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So I'm saving because I don't know where to present the Millionaire Radio thing. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Mr. Elf became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes after. Okay, so my thing is like, where do I present? I don't know if I should present it here or on the lottery winning thing. I'll try the lottery and say it was at 1:30. Learning Python has changed me. Learning coding has changed me as a human being. It's just like changed the way I think, you know? It's just changed my logic. I'm just like different now, I guess. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
Quoi? What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Oui? That must be la show Monald was listening to?
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. Well, I'm not fucking done talking. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving la lunch menu.
Get to the point, try it if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30 for 10 minutes. Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time.
No.
This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, there is only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Chat, I have a question. Is it spelled like this or is it spelled O-R? Because I've seen it both ways. I've seen it spelled both ways. Is it impostor or impostor? Both? Wait, they both work? You know what? I trust you. I think it's regional. Oh, is it regional? So it's like neighborhood and like neighborhood in Britainland? Like color and color? You trust us? Why? I like living life on the edge a little. Impostor. Is American or is British. Oh, Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. I'm curious. I need to make some tea in a minute. I'm cold. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs in Tribune that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Objection!
Quite a performance, Wright. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. Oh yeah, Godot. But you know all about being rock-hard. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. It's like when saying Dora the Explorer or Explorer. I think it's a little different. What? He said it, not me. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain, then, where the real Glen Elg is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer in there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Fuck would I know that? Why is this coffee gray? I think that's the color of coffee in Japanifornia. That's just what they drink there. That's their thing, you know? The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? I thought I had him with that contradiction. Okay, I'm saving here. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. Oh God, I don't know. First, where was the body? Oh. Where's the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed? I guess outside. It couldn't have been inside because the only other option would have been the kitchen, but then Armstrong would have seen it, and I don't think Armstrong is complicit. So I'm gonna say outside. Clearly, there's no place to hide a body inside Tribune. Therefore, the killer must have hauled the body outside. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was taken out of the restaurant? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if it's the sports paper because it was tucked behind the magazine rack. There are no security cameras in the far-off year of 2018. Yeah, whenever they talk about computers, Phoenix is like, I just don't get those. And it's 2018. It could be the sports paper because maybe that's why it was tucked behind the magazine rack, is whoever killed him and hauled his body, like, tucked it behind there on the way out. That's kind of all I got. I'm gonna try the sports paper. Too bad. I don't think you'll ever grasp the real heart of rock and roll. What are you talking about? He means that your evidence is irrelevant, shocker. Come on, Nick. You've got to think it through. Well, what are you good for? Why are you here if you're not helping me? Feel the beat and then hit with some heavy metal. Oh my God. Oh, shit. Well, shit, I don't know. Well, shit, I don't know. It couldn't have been inside, right? Wait, his medication was found in the kitchen. We could try the medication because we found it in the kitchen. Let's guess the kitchen. Maybe they hid him in the fridge or whatever. Why? Wait. He said, yo también. What's with the Spanish all of a sudden? Okay, yeah. Inside. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Obviously. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans. Okay, I think this is the right path. The kitchen. In the kitchen. Take that! Body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence? And then I think it's gonna be his medication, because we found it in there. Covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. Take that! Yay! We got it this time. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? Hi, kitty.
No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life.
First try. It was my first try on the second try. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
I only use la very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations.
Eh? Quoi? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
It's like going a little German. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little German.
Fortnite und Coca-Cola und Dullenpiepen. Yippee!
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg visited an otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. I had to choke that one out a little bit. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle match the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Whoa! Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Monsieur?
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Magay Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
No.
Order. This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elg?
Never. I could not do such an horrible thing.
And then the sun collided with the earth and they all died. And then they died. Mr. Godot? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. It's one of my rules. What do y'all think his piss smells like? Never mind, let's leave that for another stream. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H-deficient friend. H-deficient? Because he's French? Well, think about it. He said he drinks 16 cups of coffee during one trial. I just know his piss stinks. stinks. I just know his pee smells so bad, dude.
Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must help me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
Por favor. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. Judge got his ass. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it?
No, absolutely no. I
think he's being blackmailed. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel.
Oui, it is clear.
What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about that. I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well, begin your final testimony. Okay, I usually wait until there's a recess, but I have to pee so bad, so I'm gonna piss real quick. Okay, we're back. I've got tea, I've got grapes, I got me, and I'm here. I wish they would put his testimony titles in French. I think that would be funny.
It is true. I ate la body in the kitchen.
He's complicit. No, he has to go to prison now.
A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
Damn. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. You were forced by who?
I cannot say, or I will be erased.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was another man. There was another man.
Excuse me. I knew it. McGay was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. I mean, we know who it is. He would be charged as a co-conspirator, but he may get a lighter sentence in exchange for testifying against the culprit. Yeah, but it still makes me sad. I want him to live free and true. A man forced me to do it. What man? Who was he?
No, I cannot say. I fear for my life.
He's really scared. You'll just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him. Why would you go along with this man? Okay. So I wonder if I could present here, because they're kind of implying that I'm supposed to present a profile here. So I'll present the tiger. First try again? Damn, that's the power of eating fried rice. That's the power of eating a ton of fried rice. Sorry. Let's end this dance of Ring Around the Rosie, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to. Ah! Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom. This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tenderlender. Did you poop? Is that why you're meowing a lot? I don't know why, but after he poops, he gets so excited.
Do you have poopies? Do you have poopy zoomies?
He's gonna go terrorize Sesame. He's like, hell yeah, I just took a shit. I'm gonna go ruin my brother's day. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you. Your debt!
Take that!
A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Oui, it is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong,
La Tiger, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On la day in question, he was meeting la victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried la body and la inconscient Maggie out of la dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket, was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. Damn, that was fast. 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How the? Don't sit back and relax yet, Trite. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. 30 minutes is really fast. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. He has connections. I usually stop at the to be continued, but I think we'll just keep playing. I'm sure it's gonna be long, but I don't know. I'm in the zone. I'm having fun. 30 minutes or you get one free witness. And that's the Godot guarantee. Imagine, right before we're about to go back into court, Pearl shows up and she's got that like horn hat thing, and she's got face paint on. She's like, hey guys, what'd I miss? Oh, me? Oh yeah, I've been busy. So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We've almost got this case won now, Nick. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. You mean you think Mr. Armstrong was lying? I don't know, but if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're gonna need. Right on cue. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair's standing on end. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Topknot. It's not a Topknot! Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, all right? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I get wound up. Me too. Pearl slander used. Ah! No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you've got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True, without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour? You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? Oh, fuck. I guess it would just be the bottles, because this is the only thing that doesn't have prints on it. Yeah, fuck it, because maybe we can find the fake Glen Elk. Or it could be, yeah, let's do this. I love how it said take that. Take that. But like literally take it. Take it with you. Same day photo printing. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this? Oh, hey, that's the small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solved the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. I gotta do his accent that's like, I'm walking here. I gotta do my really horrible New York. Yes, Your Honor. We're taking it to CVS. They can develop photos under 1 hour. Same day photo printing. Thank you. Thank you, B. I appreciate it. Hey, gabagool. Hey, gabagool. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job. No problem. Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. It's pretty lively. Be careful. He still bites. Still bites. Bada bing, bada boom. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Ugh. Jesus. Why is he red? Witness. Ah! Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya, unless there's room for me down there too. What'd you mind? What you say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Honest. Who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? And me. That's what happens when you don't wear sunscreen. That's what happens when you don't wear sunscreen. I got business to take care of, you hear me? So who the hell called me into this hole? Have they ever said hell before in Phoenix Wright? Do they say hell? He said hell. He said hell in Phoenix Wright. Was it you, Spikey? No, of course not. It was the judge. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it, we're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? This is an official apology to anyone from New York. I apologize. I'm so sorry. There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What do you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare, the relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Too cool. Don't let him get the better of your neck. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, masked boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of McGay Bird? McGay who? I've got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please, tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix Wright. You's the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Gulp. Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick, she says from underneath the table. He was doing what? He was doing Phoenix? No. New Yorkers in chat make fun of New Zealand Harry. You can make fun of my accent. It's just bad. It's just real bad. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. We didn't say it was in December. How did he know it was in December? Did we say it was in December? New Zealand. Wait a... I got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tinderlander every single day. Yous want to check my alibi? Just ask Violetta. At last, I found my pen. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination... Meow. Oh, what is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like that. I know the kind of games that guy in the blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000 and you's gonna borrow the cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. I don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Huh, I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute, that's really not... This witness is, how can I put it, a hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too. Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. Jesus Christ. I have no choice. I guess the witness runs the courtroom in Japanifornia. Yeah, what the fuck? I guess I have no choice. If you get the evidence wrong, I shoot you in the head in front of everyone in here. I fucking shoot you. Yous better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. The judge has no authority. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness test. Irrelevant pressing? Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination. Well, I'm just gonna fucking save. They don't know I'm saving. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick. Come out from under there already, would you? I want to press him on the December thing. Because, like, I never said it was in December, did I? I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was. Seems like a rather sketchy schedule. There he goes again. What the tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder, so now what? I saved. I don't know nothing about no moida. What's that TikTok sound that's like, he was a good guy. What moida? What's that TikTok sound? I forgot it already. What moida? Mainly in the office implies that at some point he went to the bathroom. Yes. He was the best guy around. What moida? Hey. Yeah, it's fine. Also, the penalty's only 1 bar. What do yous want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail.
Objection.
This is a dead-end trite, and you know it. Remember the rules. I can't ask him where he was on the day of the murder? That's illegal now? I guess that's illegal now. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe yous ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I have a calendar that says otherwise. I have a calendar note from Glenn Elk's desk that says meeting with the tiger on December 3rd. I
meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, the court asked you to add that last statement to your testimony. That's what I fucking thought. That's what I fucking thought. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. If you go to a store and you're lost, don't ask for help. Just leave. Be a man. I was in the office too. I never saw that kid before. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie.
Objection!
Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg, but it appears that Mr. Elg knew you.
What?
Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger. And the date? December 3rd. Your Honor, she's on fucking fire. Dude, I don't know what it is with this case specifically. For the most part, or I guess more so than usual, I feel like I get it. I don't know what it is. Hi, Iraj. Hello, BB. December 3rd? That's the day of the Moida. Says right here on this calendar you're a fucking liar. So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glenn Elg, because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Grah. I think he's Ice Spice under there. Figuring out the fact that the murder was restaged an hour later is the hardest. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get that. My theory that I swore up and down by is that his little program thing was a hologram, which is why he like disappeared and left so quickly. And Magay was the only one with glasses, so she was the only one that could see it. Boy, was I wrong. Oh my God. I could not have been more wrong. I still think it was a good theory though. And that's all I'm saying.
Not bad. You's actually not bad.
Sorry?
I was just messing with yous to see how good you were.
It was a test. Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated.
You's calling me a liar? Is that what you doing?
Ruh-roh! What is this writing? So you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth?
I said I'm dead serious. You's better believe that's the truth.
Huh. Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. Every time he gets a cup of coffee, it makes me want to make a cup of coffee. Because the way he describes it being so comforting, I'm like, damn, I want some coffee. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh, yes, would you mind indulging the court, witness? He never actually met the victim? That's got to be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy. Steam, screenshot that shit. I'll be using that later. Me, every time I see Garrus Vicarian, it's about time I nailed that guy. Me, every time I see Gumshoe, it's about time I nailed that guy. They have to know what they're doing, surely. The victim, Glenn Elg.
I ain't no liar. I never met Glenn Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though, wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Tender Lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever showed. I ain't never even been to that Tribulations joint. You's here?
It all seems perfectly logical. Didn't Glenn have... Oh, wait, we have to connect him to the CD. He had the fucking CD in his office that I yoinked. I feel like we have to get that from him. But didn't he also have a loan out with him? How do I prove the loan that Glenn took out with Tender Lender? Because I don't have, like, a bill for it. I only have, this thing. Oh, we found the matches in Tenderlender. Okay, I think because it says found lying in Tenderlender, I have to present this and not the disc because the disc does not say found in Tenderlender. I think the disc is going to come up later. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Yeah! Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you, Wright. Ugh. Never been to that Tribulations joint.
Objection!
Every time I get one right away. Every single time I get another droplet of sweat in my cleavage because I'm like holy shit, I did it. It feels so good. I'm nailing him. Your Honor, I'm fucking nailing him. Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What are you talking about? Tigre, I stole these from your office and now I'm using it as evidence. We found them in your office at Tenderlender. They're from that restaurant. Look. If you've really never been to Tribulations before, what was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You've been snooping around in my stuff now too, wise guy. What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me. 2003, you guys. Right in front of my courtroom. Order, order. Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you? Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Forgive me. They know what they did here. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. What? But listen good, all right? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid. Oh, putty that. Well, well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn Elk that day, and he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. I feel like I'm gonna have to wait for Gumshoe to have to come barreling through. Like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, oh man, I lost the case, and then they're about to declare him, and then fucking what's his face comes barreling through like, hold it. I have to put my hair up so I can think better. It pulls my skin back, which holds my brain closer together so I can think better. At Tribulations. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. I heard the cop sirens on the way out. I didn't actually meet with him in the end then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it. If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. I've been getting them right first try. What do you mean, no more stupid questions? Yeah, it squishes the brain wrinkles out. Yeah, that is science. Every Phoenix Wright player knows that you need to put your hair back in a super tight bun. Yeah, yes, the girl with the ribbon. She ties the ribbon and she thinks better? Mm-hmm, it's that. Huh, no problem. Anytime Trite presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. Mr. Godot, that's my job. Well, then be assertive. Dude, this judge reminds me of those parents on on like the Dr. Phil show that are like, my child's out of control and I just don't know what to do. And it's like, aren't you the parent? Isn't that like your job? Like, do something. Not saying it's easy, but it's like, bruh, aren't you the judge of this courtroom? Like, hey, don't you have the power to like do something about this? Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call it guilty verdict. Why was that? Is he flirting? The judge tweets as if he's not the judge of his trial. Yeah, he's on Twitter right now being like, oh my God, you guys. Can you believe this case? This is crazy. So do it. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Okay, this is a spoiler question. In future Phoenix Wright games, like the fucking Apollo Justice one or whatever, is he still the judge? Is it still him? Well, now I definitely don't want to play them. He's running the Pop Crave Twitter account. That's him. Damn, he's still there? He hasn't retired, been fired, or died. He does get a little better. Okay, good to know. Yes, sir.
The Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so yous know since you's paying.
Oh man, doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? But also, on top of that, Phoenix needs to stand up for himself. Phoenix, stand up, bitch. Holy shit, everything you're thinking, say it out loud. Supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. Heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. What time did you show up? Wait, so I get hold on. I get penalized for pressing? Because they said that, like, the cops didn't come for, like, ages afterwards. So I feel like I need to ask him what time he showed up, because he didn't say. Well, I saved. It's fine. I'm just going to press. So the meeting wasn't due to take place at Tenderlender at all then?
The kid was making a fuss about coming into the office. It's always that way when I want to talk about repayments. Even though I got the best punching bag you ever seen if there are any issues.
Maybe it's because of the punching bag that people are scared to come. So that's why you decided to meet at Tribulations.
Objection!
Huh. You're going over old ground again, Trite. Sorry. You just earned yourself a penalty. Now suck it down. You will suck down the penalty, Mr. Wright. Who was writing this? Dude, do you ever talk to someone where you're like, you need to like leave and go take a cold shower? Just go somewhere else and take a cold shower and like handle things and then come back. And then we can have a conversation. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh my God, dude. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. Figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. Heard the cop sirens on my way out. I went straight back to my office. But what time? Also, I can't present Jean Armstrong's testimony where he flat out said that there was a guy there. You went straight back? Did a bout of guilt suddenly hit you for what you did?
What are you trying to say? You trying to tell me you ain't never been guilty of nothing?
We all have our crosses to bear. We all have to swallow the dark secrets we have. Like this. The courtroom's not exactly the place to talk about dark secrets, is it? Seems you've done it again, Mr. Wright. Another relevant line of questioning. Nobody in this courtroom has any backbone, including Phoenix Wright. How a penalty for those 2 jokers and the garbage they keep coming up with. Well, Nick, what do you think? He's running out of ways to avoid the truth. I need to press him fast before he has time to think things through. Gotta come right back at him with a contradiction. Careful what you press him on, though, or you'll get penalized. So I do have to press him. You know what? I'll reload then, because I messed up twice. I just want to know what time he was there. I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the tables. Real place wasn't hot already, so it was gonna be, so I split. So you didn't actually set foot inside the restaurant then? The tiger's a busy cat. I don't hang around for no one. I ain't got time to be caught up in no murder investigation. So, when exactly did you pick up the matches? There are matches just inside the front door. Our detective friend wound up in trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home. Hey, you save costs where you can. If they're offering it, take it. Phoenix's darkest secret is that he's bisexual. That's it? That's all he's got? Poor Gumshoe. It's almost enough to make a man cry. The cops are... Oh, I didn't get penalized for that. Why didn't I get penalized for that? You mean you saw Glenn Elk's dead body? I guess I did, but I only saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggy bit of cloth he called a hat. And what time was this? This is literally all I wanted to know. I don't know. Huh? You know what winds me up more than anything else in the world? Watches. Round watches. I ain't gonna pollute my paws with some ticking henpecker. Out of interest, Mr. Tigre, what winds you up in the second most? Huh? What do you think? Square watches? Is this guy for real? Look, all I needed to know was that something bad was going down in that place. I didn't get penalized for either of those. But if it was new information, wouldn't they have added it to the testimony? The place wasn't hot already. It was gonna be, so I split. I think there's only one statement left I haven't pressed on, which is this one. An ugly scene? What do you mean?
Objection.
The witness has already told us, right? Which makes that question irrelevant. But... I limit myself to 17 cups of coffee during a trial. That's the rule. You better limit the number of times you take a penalty try. Or your guts will look like the inside of a chimney. Oh my god. This ugly scene you saw was... Guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. Figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be so split. So these are the only 2 where I didn't get a penalty. You saw Glenn Elk's dead body. Guess I did. Only saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggy bit of cloth he called a hat. What time was this? I don't know. You know what winds me up more than anything watches. Okay. This wasn't hot already. It was gonna be so split. So you didn't set foot inside the restaurant. Tiger's a busy cat. I don't hang around for no one. I ain't got time to be caught up in no murder investigation. So when exactly did you pick up the matches? Matches just inside the front door. Okay. For Gumshoe's. It's almost enough to make a man cry. Man, this is hard. He's like not giving me anything. I'm so curious about the paper badge. She's having to think on this one. Gods can bleed too. Well, he doesn't have any fingerprints anywhere, so it's like kind of hard. What are the scene taken from near the kitchen? There's his hat. Oh, wait a minute. There's a wall behind him. Now, hold on just a second. There's a wall! He couldn't have seen him! There's no way! Guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. Okay, so is it... Which one do I press it on? Guy was laid out over the table, stiff as... I feel like it's this one, because it's when I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. So I think it's going to be here, but I'm going to save just in case. You couldn't have seen it. It's impossible.
Objection!
It's impossible. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. Erection. And no one escapes the phoenix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Wright? A new line of irrelevant questioning? These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat. Judge, are you even looking? I hate this guy.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head.
Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. Why, that's true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. And he just said he was wearing a beanie, which is true. So now we know he met with him. That's so funny. OG Trilogy Judge is something else. He gets on my nerves. I hate this guy. So, from the entrance of Tribulations, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day because you met with him.
Objection!
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. Yeah, they were setting it up. It was at a different time. But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn Elg, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. An impostor, one would say. Quite. That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? Well, we already know that he impersonates a lot. You say the killer murdered Glenn Elg and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo? In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of the criminal to the court. Well, it's him. It's him and what's-her-face pretended to be the waitress. It was Pearl. She's not on here because she's in prison for storming the Capitol.
Take that!
Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness?
Now that's cute. You think you can pin this on the tiger?
Maybe you don't understand.
So I asked you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts. You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright!
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You've got guts, I'll give you that.
Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Kudo, let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't just see the victim. Oh, no.
The serving girl brought him a Javagino, but she put something in it.
I don't think I ever gave him a voice. There's no question about it. She's very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee. Yeah, but that was a fake waitress! Nobody's listening to me in this courtroom. Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the coffee.
Objection!
Very impressive, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Huh. Found your pen at last, Wright? It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed 2 people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenelg, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright? I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenelg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show. What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Bye, Evan! Have fun! Have a good time! Who on earth was it? Who was this waitress that Mr. Kudo witnessed? 'Twas her. The freaky girl. The weirdo. Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tenderlender. You was making a big mistake.
Do you know who Violetta's grandfather is?
You better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean. Stop shaking, Nick. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh. I hope someone describes me like that someday. It was Pearl the whole time. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. I wonder if he put it over his left eye to cover his scar so that he wasn't like identifiable. I don't know. The whole incident took place twice, once for real and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you. Witness? What have you got to say? Hey, that's cute. Sorry? You's all right. I could do with a guy like you around. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about? You's got it all wrapped up nice, huh, Wright? But you's missed out one real important thing. That can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him, yous hear? What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? Huh. What a troublemaker. Leave it to Godot to be like, oh, you're so silly. You're so silly. What a silly guy. Troublemaker. Looks like we're going to need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. He's just a little guy. Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim? Oh, we're doing this again? The judge is like, all right, I'll give you a 4th try. Thank you, B. I'll give you a 4th try to tell me the truth. Oh my God. Yeah, I loaned El Cash about $100,000. That day, he was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, that one, $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over. Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elg was $50,000.
Yeah, well, you've got the vig.
The VIG?
You've got the vig to take into account interest builds up fast, you know.
That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case.
His motive? He has to have one, but what is it? Motive. Why would he kill him? Maybe so he could keep the virus and make all the money? Because the virus was made by Glenn. But if he got Glenn out of the way, he could say he made it and sell it and make all the money. Because it's way more than Glenn owed. So it's better to get Glenn out of the way and keep the virus you can sell in the black market than get the $100K back. I want to say it's that. If she just hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over. So a little chat, payback, cash about $100,000. He doesn't say anything about his motive here. The waitress, you mean?
The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gotten in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. He said it! He said the line! He said bada bing, bada boom!
Oh, VIG is the ongoing cost of a loan shark. Oh, okay, thank you. Ask how things would have been. What do you mean things would have been over and done with?
You was all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100K bucks back, that's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before the waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said. Tiger's motive. It was after the $100K.
I didn't have no other reason to kill the guy. Now wait just a fucking second. You could have made so much more money off of this. Way more than $100K.
How does she keep doing it? This is going so smoothly that it legit makes me think you have a tablet on your feet with a walkthrough pulled up. Yeah, I've written all the answers on my hand and I'm like, well, there's no way that's possible because the motive was the disc. Wouldn't that be so funny? I don't think that's possible. There's a tablet by my feet and a mirror pointed at it so I can look down and see the answers. I'm feeding her answers through an earpiece. Sorry, the jig is up. Yeah. Hold on, you guys. Let me think. I think it was the disc. You know what's unfortunate, though? Steam says I'm at over 100 hours played of Phoenix Wright. I'm at the end of the trilogy. I've got like 2 cases left. I'm only just now starting to get it. Where was this logic in April of last year? You know? We could have finished the entire trilogy in like 20 hours tops. It's embarrassing. So you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elg owed you, correct?
I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right.
Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you were really after.
Objection!
are you getting at, Tribes? What else would a moneylender be after other than money? Oh, the moneylender was after money, but money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch, which we also found in his office, by the way. Honestly, this is the first case that has made any sense to me. You know what? That's fair. Do you know how pissed I was after the circus one? Not only because of how, like, unbelievably awful it was, but also the, like, oh, the coat flew off onto the body. Holy shit, dude. I was so pissed. I was like, this sucks. Genuinely. So much so that everyone had to talk me off the ledge, being like, hey, just so you know, this is the worst one. It gets better, I promise. What is that? A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber. A computer virus? What does one of those do? Oh, here we go again. A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer. A computer? What does one of those do? It's 2018, by the way. It's 2018. Guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. Get this man in Congress, by the way. Get this man in the talks of whether or not America should ban TikTok. So president of TikTok, my child got into my iPhone from Google and found pictures. How did she do that? Get this man in Congress. I'll explain it to you later. Right now, this is an important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Several $1 million? Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elk had no way to repay the money is crucial. What? Glenn Elk was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elk put up in order to borrow the money.
Objection!
You're trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get hold of that program? Exactly. The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, right? A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder. Of course he could, provided that he had time. But what if he had needed the money right then? For the car accident? Speculation. Wait, what are we talking about vasectomies for? Your Honor, I'll buy you a Code Academy course. Wait, what did I miss? Your Honor, I'll buy you a Code Academy course in a vasectomy. When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear. It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Why did Mr. Tigre need money to the tune of $1 million? Because he fucking crashed his stupid little ugly Vespa. Stupid little Vespa. Is that the only document I have on this? I guess so.
Take that!
In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. How much of this do you know? These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost was $1 million. And yet when the payment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full. Well, $1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue those HMOs. Finally he says something based. Finally he says something real. No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue. But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. Gra, gra, gra. I poopy my diaper. I poopy and shitted. Gra. Order. You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright? Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. Did you say Cadaverini? Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta. Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Boar! What is boar supposed to sound like? Tigre blowout, yeah. I poopy and shitted. Poopy in the toilet, kra. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire that $1 million Bruto Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt. Because he would have just gotten that disc. But when the guy won the lottery, it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to give you the disc anymore because I won the lottery. So I can pay you the $100K that I owe you. But by then, Tigre's like, oh, no. I want that virus. Give me that virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on the CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I. The lottery win? Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. Does All Poison look like that? It's so pretty. So he resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy. He murdered Glenn Elg and then made his next move to frame Magay Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn Elg, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection!
Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it. But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too, $500,000 in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan. Yeah, his coffee's always gray. I guess that's just what it looks like in Japanifornia. I don't know.
Yous put on a good show, Spiky. If yous want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid created a witness and framed someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that.
Well, I found the disc in your fucking office. It was in your office. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. What? Another one, Mr. Wright? Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Mr. Trite? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused? Putting her fingerprints on the bottle? Surely. I didn't save. For sure it was putting her fingerprints on the bottle. Oh no, it was pretending to be the lawyer, pretending to be me. I think it was pretending to be me. An article from December 5th says I was trounced and my client was found guilty.
Take that!
And what's the relevance of that, Trite? It's just a little intro. An intro into what? No! Shit. Okay, then I think it's the fingerprints. When did I save? I don't remember when I saved. Finally, I flopped. My first flop of the case. Well, not really, but... No! Mr. Tigre did play a trick, a huge trick. Fill us in. I hope I don't die of wrong. I hope I'm not about to die of wrong. Then it was McGay's fingerprints because she was out. He would have like just stuck it on her fingers when she was passed out.
Take that!
I died of wrong. I died of wrong. I also have to pee, so I might have to just like die for a second. Here, hold on. Let's take, I'm fucking dead. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time. Yeah. It's just because I have to pee. That's all. It's just because I have to pee. I'm gonna take a little stretch break. Welcome back. I had to layer up. It's so cold. It's so cold. I put on a second pair of pants and a turtleneck, like a thermal turtleneck, and I made hot chocolate. I'm so cold. So, welcome back, Ho. Thanks, Ho. Okay, so if you're just joining us, I just died from wrong. So, we're gonna have to reload and unwrong everything. Oh, I'm so comfy. Comfy and covered, for sure. Yeah? Wasabi? Yeah? Yeah? What's up, dude? He's just all over the place today. Wow. I wanted to put whipped cream on it, but I ran out because I ate so much whipped cream. I wanted to, but I ate it all. Have y'all ever had that, I usually get the tub of whipped cream because it's cheaper than the spray. But sometimes the temptation to just take a scoop and eat it is so hard to resist. Yeah, those little plastic Cool Whip tubs, the little plastic ones. I get those instead because it's cheaper than the spray. But dude, every time I take the top of the tub off, I just want to get a spoon and scoop it and eat it. And maybe that's why it disappeared so fast. Okay, where was my last save? The fourth one. How far back was this? Oh, this is when oh, okay. Okay. Oh, this is kind of far back, actually. You know what? No, let's do the other one. Even though I'm kind of on thin ice, I think I'll be fine. We'll see. I have one shot. Why don't you fill us in? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused? To frame McGay? I wonder if it's the paper attorney's badge. Pretending to, because I'm positive it's pretending to be an attorney. It has to be this, surely.
Take that!
I had the right idea, I just picked the wrong thing. That should have been a first try. I'm sorry, that should have been a first try. I had the right idea. What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation. Hey, Judge. It's time to look inwards. Fix it in post. Yeah, I'll edit it out. Okay, editing, Avery. Cut here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got that first try. That's so cool. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago in this very courtroom, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. He's me, but like evil. He's me, but buff, you know? The shareholders will never know. Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here this very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen. Look at his hair. Your Honor, his hair. Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Please. Get the judge to testify, please. I can't wait. Gulp. Hey. Forget about it, yeah? This is Sesame every single morning when he wakes me up at 4:30 to be fed. This is him every single morning. Hey, forget about it. I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Have you no pride, sir?
Objection.
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court we deal with people's lives. Mr. Godot is right. Your Honor? Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it. No! If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. But we've come so far.
Mal? Hi, baby. Yeah? Do you want to come up here while I play?
You can come up. Oh, he's on the kitchen. Okay. Those mugs must be pretty sturdy to withstand the constant slamming. Yeah, they're the metal ones. They're those ones. I'm no longer distracted. Let's go. Let's go. It's clappy time. Bro team, you've played these, right? You're one of the people in chat who has played these? Yeah, Ivory. I usually stop in between the to be continued, but we got to be continued, and I was like, we got there really fast, so we might as well just keep going. Might as well just finish it, you know? You say he impersonated Glenelg. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. Nyarg. Nyarg. Ha!
Sucks to be you, right? Don't mess with the tiger, or you're gonna get mauled. You's got that?
All we managed to do here was chase him around a bit. But I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece. Gumshoe, are you there, Papa? This witness's cross-examination is over. You're free to go, Mr. Tigre. Yeah, that's my husband! That's my husband walking in the door. Yeah! That's my king! That's my king! Ah! He looks so hot here. Wait! Detective! Detective Gumshoe! Sorry it took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too. What is it, Detective? Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. What? So dramatic. And he brought snacks! He brought snacks! Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab. The results? About the prints, pal, from this medicine bottle. Oh? So do you know who the prints belong to now? You think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know. So, tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it. You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. They're Furio Tigre's paw prints, all right. That's great. We've got him now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything out on the line for this, Nick. I know. Look, I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now. Huh? What? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now. I knew it. Great, no matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Not for me. I love you. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. This was our last chance to help McGay. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's all right. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Detective Gumshoe? McGay? You've been working on something. For me? Sorry I let you down, McGay. I know you didn't do it. I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. Well, get out of your hair now. Detective Gumshoe, wait! He's gone. And just like that, he was gone. He's so baby girl. He's so baby girl. I know. Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick? I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. The victim's ear medicine covered in Furio Tigre's fingerprints. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered. Yes. Don't keep us all in suspense, Trite. Show us. Naturally, we can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. I'll save. I gotta ask if you've come across the one juggling dude on TikTok. No, I haven't. And I only have about 5 days left to find him before they ban it here. That's fine. I'll find a juggling guy on Red Note. It's fine. How much more of my time are you gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before. But yous lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion. Oh my god. No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright. Oh, Jesus. It's a choose-your-own-adventure, and I have to get everything right. Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. Really backed into a corner here, but maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit. Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final decisive piece of evidence to the court. This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victim's... Your Honor? Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre. What? But Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information? Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains, except one man, one person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. He doesn't know. Girl, I'm here wondering what that tongue did. LT. LT. Put it back in your pants. Behave. Behave. My prints are on that pansy-looking bottle? Is that what you're saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway? A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tigre, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains... Ooh, I could say... Do I lie and say it was the poison? It'd be so funny if I said Mr. Armstrong's oils and he was like, fine, you got me. I've been having an affair with Jean Armstrong. I can't resist his muscles. I'm just gonna lie and say hold on, let's say it again. I'm just gonna lie and say it was the freaking poison. Why not? Let's have some fun. This bottle contains potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide? The poison used to murder Mr. Elguroner. The victim's killer used this very bottle. Oh, you know, it wouldn't have worked if I said the oils because Mr. Armstrong just flat out said I would never use that bottle. So it wouldn't have worked anyway. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? Oh no, he didn't buy into it. Ha ha ha, you'd make a good clown, you know that? What? Yous ain't never gonna get this to stick. Yous just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through you, Phoenix Wright. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No, this is the bottle we found traces of the poison in. Don't mess with the tiger, you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown. Cut the fucking music. Cut the fucking music. The cyanide bottle was brown and it was made of glass. That cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it. Cut the fucking Phoenix Wright jazz music. The silence is so loud. This case is so good. This is so good. I really enjoyed this case. Got him at last. Oh, what? Why is everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle. Is this the bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. But yous ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy looking suit fool you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go. You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said? Keep digging, idiot. What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. Good. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. Dude. Dies of cringe immediately. Holy shit. If this was me, if I was Tigre, oh my god, dies of cringe. The punishment of having to like try to go to sleep for the rest of my life, only thinking about this moment over and over again, would be worse than the prison sentence. For sure. You don't know who you's messing with. I'm the tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me? Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. Scary. What the hell? Huh? Hello? What's going on? Looks like a blackout. Well done. Trite. Jesus Christ. I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. Oh, savor it. While you watch the police restrain your prey. I thought he escaped. I love when they totally like cave in. It's my favorite part. It's the best like reward, finding someone guilty. Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. Yeah! Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot? He is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glen Elg, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of genuine evidence, but the tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal. Huh. The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Yeah. Yeah, you just missed it. Sorry. It wasn't that different though, because usually they get like a new animation or whatever, and that one wasn't. I don't know. It's not one of my favorites. I've seen better breakdowns. I've seen better mental breakdowns. Godot. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Magay Bird, not guilty. We did it! Yay! Magay, if I ever see you in one of these cases again, I swear to God, I'm locking you in a room. You're not allowed to leave. That is all. The court is adjourned. Is this cold enough to drink yet? Oh, I love you, hot chocolate. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Magay. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him. Hey, that wasn't me, Magay. That was the tiger. Look, Nick, in the doorway. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, my papa. I can't handle this. I'm gonna go read Wrightworth's smut on AO3. Just what the doctor ordered. I'm gonna go read Wrightworth MPreg on AO3. Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal. Oh, wait. Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah. Congratulations, Magay. Thanks. I knew you were innocent all along. Why didn't you say that in your testimony then? Huh? Oh, well, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you. Wait up, detective. He just ran off. Magay, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. Hello? That wasn't even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. I mean, she's wrong. She's right. It was me. So maybe she wants to go out on a date with me. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles. She's not wrong. Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick? Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Magay? You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all this. I wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Magay. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it. I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know. I'll give her a little present. Oh, it's the lunchbox. Here's your fucking lunchbox that you hated the first time and didn't want. When you literally said, I hate weenies.
Take that!
Here you are. A present to celebrate your freedom. That's a present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love. He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe. I actually really like weenies, you know? Aww. We're playing matchmaker. Did you guys hear that? Pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? Is it okay if I eat this now? Aw, they're so cute! So, how is it, Magay? It's really good. Oh, they're so cute. Wait, is this the final case in the trilogy and then the next case is DLC? False allegations surrounding Magay have all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. No, okay, got it. Because I've noticed that usually it's the last case in a game that has the art or whatever. Still 2 more cases. Okay, the next cases are the last. Okay. Oh my, oh! I'm gonna be totally normal about this. Okay, let's, Smash, next. Raw, next. So we're gonna watch the beginning. We're not gonna start it today, but I do wanna watch the beginning before we end the stream. Raw. That came from deep within. It was a guttural reaction. Okay, I just wanna see the beginning of it. Let's save over 6, I guess. That's fine. Oh my Coco. You too, Undertaker. It's good to see you. The girl. Let her go. Oh my god. Did this case take place in 1918? What the fuck is this film? Shut up. Come closer and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Oh. They lived. The calmest reaction to Edgeworth. He's on AO3. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. How old is Mia Fey? Jesus Christ. Fugitive data. Name, Terry what the fuck? Kidnapping? Murder? Death penalty. Fugitive movements. After escaping, Falls met with and murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. Rough. That was a whole year before me and I ever met. Hi, baby. Oh! 6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. Oh, interesting. It's going to be another flashback one. Well, apparently we're going back in time like 100 years. Apparently we're going back in time 100 fucking years because of the film filter they put on it. Yay! I really liked the first throwback one. I really liked it. And also, like, it's so nice to play Mia, who feels so much more capable than Phoenix. No offense, but Phoenix is just like... Phoenix is just such a doormat, you know? And I know this is Mia's first case, so she probably won't be, like, super badass or whatever, but I really like Mia. I'm really excited to play more Mia. Oh my god, I really liked that case. I really, really liked that case. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We'll be playing more Phoenix Wright on Friday, so we will start this case on Friday. And then this weekend is Just Dance. So it'll be a fun weekend. But yeah, we're starting it tomorrow. Cases 4 and 5 are cinema, yay! I'm so excited. Everyone sounds very excited for this one. So I am too. Yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to follow. I upload these VODs to my gaming channel if you want to binge them, watch them in their playlists in order. On the 20th, next Monday, me when littlesiha beats a game. Yes, that's fine, Zoe. On Monday, the 20th, we are going to be doing a coat drive for Seattle Homeless Outreach. If you would like to come by and donate a coat, it would be super appreciated. We're doing it through Throne wish lists that actually connects to Twitch, so I can have alerts every time someone buys a coat, which is really nice. They're all gonna ship to my place, and then I'm gonna drive them all to one of their outreach donation centers. They only have like 3 in Washington, so I gotta find the closest one. And I will be presenting like photo evidence of me dropping them off and like a receipt of my donation and stuff, just so that it's transparent. I know nobody's gonna accuse me of like stealing a bunch of coats, but like I like to stay transparent about stuff like that. But they have a bunch of different drives, and specifically in winter they ask for coats. So I'd really like to raise a bunch of coats, especially like nice coats. Like Throne doesn't only do products through Amazon. They do products through like a bunch of different retailers, and some of them are like outdoory retailers like REI. So I'd really like to get them some like good winterproof, like rainproof coats. I think it'd be really nice. So yeah, that'll be on the 20th. We're gonna start at 10 a.m. Pacific. And I'm hoping it'll be a good day. If y'all need like a distraction or somewhere to hang out, because it's gonna be kind of a hard day for some people, please feel free to come by. Don't apologize if you can't donate a coat. It's totally fine. Like literally just being there is supportive. So yeah, it'll be a fun day. That's something that a coat stealer would say. Oh yeah, we know who you are, littlesiha. The famous North American coat thief. You don't fool me. So yeah, that'll be Monday. It'll be a really good time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And I think that's it. That's all.